Seasonal affective disorder, commonly known as SAD, is a type of depression that occurs in a recurring seasonal pattern, most often during the fall and winter months when sunlight becomes scarce. While many people experience mild mood shifts during darker seasons, SAD is a far more serious and disruptive condition that affects daily functioning, emotional stability, energy levels, and overall well-being. Understanding seasonal affective disorder is essential for recognizing its signs, knowing why it occurs, and learning how to manage it effectively. In this video, we will explore the symptoms, causes, risk factors, and treatment options associated with SAD, helping individuals prepare for and cope with the emotional challenges that come with the changing seasons. Seasonal affective disorder begins gradually as daylight hours decrease. In early fall, people may start feeling a subtle drop in mood or motivation. As winter approaches and sunlight becomes even more limited, symptoms intensify. One of the hallmark signs of SAD is persistent low mood. Unlike typical winter sadness or fatigue, the mood changes associated with SAD are deeper, more pervasive, and last for weeks or months. People may feel overwhelmingly snowbound, hopeless, or emotionally drained. Simple tasks begin to feel exhausting, and pleasure disappears from activities that once brought joy. This emotional heaviness can significantly disrupt work performance, relationships, and daily routines. Another common symptom of seasonal affective disorder is lack of energy. Individuals often describe feeling tired from the moment they wake up, even after a full night's sleep. This fatigue is not just physical, it is emotional and psychological. It becomes harder to concentrate, solve problems, or stay productive. The body feels weighed down, and cognitive tasks become more difficult. Many people with SAD oversleep, sometimes sleeping several hours more than usual. This excessive sleep, however, does not relieve their fatigue. Instead, it reinforces the sluggishness and lethargy. Appetite changes are also characteristic of SAD. Many people crave carbohydrates and sugary foods when their mood drops. This craving is linked to the body's attempt to temporarily increase serotonin, one of the key brain chemicals involved in mood regulation. These cravings often lead to weight gain during the winter months, which may further affect self-esteem and emotional health. Others may experience the opposite effect and lose their appetite, though this is less common. One of the most recognizable signs of seasonal affective disorder is social withdrawal. As energy and motivation decrease, individuals may find themselves avoiding social gatherings, turning down invitations, or isolating from family and friends. This behavior often leads others to assume the person is simply tired or busy, but in reality, the withdrawal stems from emotional exhaustion and difficulty connecting with others. Loneliness and isolation then worsen the symptoms, creating a cycle that becomes difficult to break. The cause of seasonal affective disorder is closely related to reduced exposure to sunlight. Sunlight plays a significant role in regulating the body's internal clock, known as the circadian rhythm. When sunlight decreases, the circadian rhythm becomes disrupted, leading to changes in sleep patterns, energy levels, and mood. Additionally, lower light exposure reduces serotonin production. Serotonin is a neurotransmitter responsible for feelings of happiness and emotional stability. When serotonin levels drop, symptoms of depression can begin to appear. At the same time, the hormone melatonin increases in darker environments. Melatonin regulates sleep, and excess melatonin can lead to oversleeping, daytime sleepiness, and sluggishness. Genetics may also play a role in SAD. Individuals with a family history of depression or seasonal affective disorder may be more prone to developing it themselves. Geographical location is another major factor. People living far from the equator, where winter days are extremely short, experience SAD at much higher rates. For example, Northern Europe, Canada, and parts of the United States have significantly higher cases than regions with more consistent year-round sunlight. While fall and winter SAD are the most common forms, there is also a less common version known as summer pattern SAD. This type appears during spring and summer, often triggered by heat, humidity, or overwhelming in daylight. Symptoms include irritability, anxiety, and insomnia rather than the sluggishness typical of winter pattern SAD. Although the symptoms differ, Both forms reflect how seasonal changes can deeply affect emotional and psychological well-being. Recognizing seasonal affective disorder is an important step toward managing it. Because symptoms return around the same time each year, individuals can learn to anticipate when their mood typically begins to decline. This awareness allows them to prepare in advance with lifestyle adjustments and treatments that ease the impact. One of the most effective treatments is light therapy, also known as phototherapy. This involves sitting near a special light box that mimics natural sunlight and helps regulate circadian rhythms. Light therapy has shown significant benefits for many people with ED, especially when used early in the season. Therapy, particularly cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, is also beneficial. CBT helps individuals challenge negative thought patterns, build coping strategies, and maintain healthy habits throughout the darker months. For those with moderate or severe symptoms, medication may be recommended to balance neurotransmitter levels. Vitamin D supplementation is another option, especially for people with low vitamin D levels due to limited sunlight exposure. Lifestyle changes also play an important role in managing seasonal affective disorder. Increasing outdoor time, even on cloudy days, can boost mood and energy. Regular physical activity, particularly morning exercise, helps stabilize mood and reduce fatigue. Social interaction is equally important. Staying connected, even when motivation is low, prevents the isolation that intensifies symptoms. Maintaining a consistent sleep schedule, practicing mindfulness, and engaging in activities that create joy or relaxation can all support mental well-being during the challenging winter months. Seasonal affective disorder may feel overwhelming, but it is treatable and manageable with the right support. Understanding that SAD is a legitimate medical condition, not laziness, not moodiness, and not a personal flaw, helps reduce stigma and encourages individuals to seek help. With awareness, therapy, lifestyle adjustments, and in some cases medication, individuals can regain control of their emotional health and find balance even in the darkest days of the year. If you or someone you know struggles emotionally as the seasons change, remember it may be more than just winter blues. Seasonal affective disorder is real, and seeking help is not a sign of weakness. It is a step toward healing, strength, and emotional resilience. You are not alone, and brighter days are always ahead.